What's up, class? Evans here. Today I have 4 parts on the list. Some of them I'm going to make, and some of them I'm just going to suggest how to go with and give you some hints. But some of these you won't need my help at all. So I want to get started with making the linkage peg. It's the smallest of them. We're going to be making the linkage arm. I'll give you some hints on how to do that one really well. I don't think you need my help for the magnets. You got that one on your own. And then I've got these 2 pegs that we're going to make. If I'm going to show you how to do the linkage peg, and you should be able to do the hitch peg on your own. It's just a little bit different. The axle peg, I'm going to do a separate video on that because it's got a lot of different things to it, like how to quickly make a hexagon, how to make threading. So I've got a totally separate video on that. That we'll do later. But let's get these 4 easier parts done. I'm going to press the Windows button and the arrows so that I can get these in split screen for a little bit. So I've made the linkage peg, hitch, the magnet. I want to point out that the magnet is made out of El Nico. And El Nico is, where is it? There you are. Is a type of steel. It's magnetic, but it's a composite word. El Nico is 3 elements: aluminum, nickel, cobalt. El Nico, and it's commonly used for nice magnets, as far as I can tell. You can look up stuff about it if you'd like. And then I'm also going to show you the linkage arm. So in order to make these, it's pretty straightforward. You do a single sketch, you revolve it, and then there's like a chamfer that goes on the bottom. So let's get started on that. I think I'm going to expand this here. We're going to create a sketch. Now, of course, you should make 8 linkage peg and then what class period you are and your initials. I'm going to do the sketch on the front view. I'm going to hit front. And I'm going to kind of draw this general shape here that I showed you right here. This shape. I'm going to draw it out and then add in the dimensions because it gets really small. So I want to kind of draw it bigger for you so that you can see that. And then we'll add the dimensions and it will shrink it down. So it starts off with a tall line here, goes out, goes up, and goes over. And I'm going to use this center point arc right here. I'm going to click anywhere on this line. Don't line it up with anything or like a midpoint or anything. Just click anywhere on this line. And click at the very top. And then click out to this line here. Now, I'm not on that point. Now, notice these 2 points didn't connect. We're going to fix that with this coincident tool. So I'm going to click here to here. And it's going to bring it together. Now let me start putting in some of the dimensions. We've got the height is 65 and ½ an inch. So the height at the back, 0.65 and ½ an inch, 0.5. Now I know it's getting kind of really small there. One thing that you can do is hide these views. And then you can kind of zoom in a little bit better. The dimension at the bottom, this is a very small number here. Oops. If you look at the number, it is a diameter of 0.0625. That's 0.0625. Now that is the diameter. We need the radius, which is half that. So just put divide by 2, and it will give us the radius. You can type little math equations in that stuff all the time. Adding stuff, subtracting stuff, dividing, so forth. And then the last dimension here is the radius. It says spherical radius, SR. See it right here. SR 1562. 0.1562. There we go. Oh, I put the wrong numbers. Sorry, I was looking at 2 different pegs. This one is 0.325, and it's not going to like that. And this one is 0.25. Now it's fine. Sorry. was mixing up the hitch peg and the linkage peg. All right, so then you get this kind of weird looking shape. Hit the green check mark. We're going to revolve that little donut tool here with this face, and the rotational axis is this line. There we go. And then the last step is to put a little chamfer. This chamfer right here is the tool you're looking for. And click on that. And click on this edge here, and it says note optional chamfer bottom edge 0.01 times 45 degrees. So that would be a distance and an angle. 0.01 and then 45 degrees. Okay. And that's it. That's your linkage peg. And then just come down here to parts, assign material. So the material of this one, I believe, is steel. Yes, linkage peg. So we'll go to and type steel. We're just going to get, I believe, the generic steel. There we go, steel. There's a lot of different varieties of steel. And then hit the check mark there. And of course, it doesn't change the color. You could leave it that way, or if you want, you can give it a different gray look. I think I'll give it kind of a shiny gray look. Yeah. So there's my linkage peg. You should be able to do the hitch peg on your own. It's almost the exact same procedure. The hitch magnet you should be able to do on your own. Again, it just has a different material. The other one, the two pegs are steel, but this one's Alnico, a special type of magnetic steel. And then I want to talk to you about the linkage arm. So let me make a part. You can make it all in one sketch. So let me get that set up. That's multiplied by 2 because on the paper it says radius, and I'm putting it as a diameter. So that's 0.375. Now these need to be lined up. So I'm going to come over here and use this tool called horizontal and say that these are horizontal to each other. I want to hide the planes here. And now I need 2 lines. So I'm going to make a line going from here to here. Escape. And then I'm going to do another line here to here. Now those lines need to be parallel, but they also need to be lined up from here to here, and I made them misaligned. So I'm going to use another tool called vertical and say that these 2 endpoints need to be vertical to each other, like that. Yeah. And I'll click the other side just in case. All right. Now this is a thickness of, I'm missing 2 dimensions. And the dimension between these 2 here. And that should be 3.5. And I also need to put these 2 circles. This is 0.128. And I think just to make it easy, I'll cut off these parts here. There we go. And now all I have to do is just extrude it. There we go. Save it, change its material to Linkage Arm red brass, and give it a red color. And get these 4 parts complete. And then you can call me over when you're done, and I'll check them off. Thank you.